It's 1 p.m. on the 7th of March, and I just want to take a look at the yen pairs because they're causing a lot of interest at the moment, and not just for basically trading aspects, also because the yen is known as a safe haven, and on the back of that, with the remarks that have come out of North Korea and South Korea, and Trump and his tariffs and trade wars, what you find is you get a flood of market movement to what we call safe havens. And safe havens are traditionally known as gold, but also in terms of currency, they're known as the Japanese yen. Now, what's interesting is the yen is at substantial support and resistance levels across multiple pairs. So we're just going to take a little look at a few of them. This is the dollar yen. And we're just going to zoom right out right now. I'm just going to get rid of some of this that we're looking at here. So basically what we've seen was the dollar yen came into pretty much the 105 flat area, which is just down here. And you can see that was the top of this weekly consolidation. But if we just come back a little bit and we drop in a horizontal through here, what you'll see is nice support, resistance, and it's come back to test again. Now this is obviously on the weekly chart, so things that you'd look for on the weekly chart if you were to trade the weekly chart would be any signs of price reversing, and this is where you'd want to understand your candlestick patterns or cyclical patterns, chart patterns, various different methods you can look at in terms of technical analysis. But what I'm seeing here on the weekly is an indication that buyers came into the market. And okay, we're only on Wednesday, so a couple of days left, and we've seen sellers come back in. And if the candle stays like this towards the end of the week, this is what we call inverted hammer, and a break above this high would represent bullish momentum based on the fact that this candlestick is at support. So if we break it down and we drop down a couple of time frames, what we'll see is on the hourly, we'll see that the market effectively bottomed out, created a double bottom, and here we had what we call neckline, and the market moved in the right direction and then failed at 106.50, 106.40. So let's just drop in another. Why did sellers come in here? So let's go back out, and we notice buyers came in here. So this is what was support becomes resistance. It's double topped, the market's come back down, and we're consolidating again. So what price is telling me is that buyers are really defending this 105.50 to 105 area. So if you were a trader, how would you look at trading this? Well, right now I'd say this is in a bit of a trap. Unless you're a counter trend trader or you're someone that is quite aggressive, then you can start looking at potential buying opportunities down here or down here and trade the range, so to speak, until we get a change in a breakout of the range. Ultimately, if it fails and we get a close below these lows, then your bias is going to switch and you're going to start looking for buying yen effectively, so selling US dollar, Japanese yen. So let's just zoom out, see a bit more detail. So things that you could look for, one would be a break and close above this high, and then use what was resistance here as support to get long. Another method, depending on your style, would be to look at something like a CTL, whether you use the tips of wicks or something like this. There's areas of subjectivity when it comes to trend lines or horizontals. I personally will use the tip of a wick because that's the extreme. So if we were looking at this particular market, I'd want to see a move to the upside, break, and then look at this or this as the retest. So that's the dollar Japanese yen. We're going to skim down now to pound yen. We'll go out even further. So again, we'll go back to the weekly, and what we'll see is you've got an ascending channel. This can go now. I'm just taking, let me get rid of some of these that are no longer required. So we've got an ascending channel. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6 points, and this one you can see is forming a very similar price structure. We also know that pound is seasonally bullish through sort of second week of March through to the end of April. We've also got a nice, very strong level around 148. So how does that play out? Well, we can see that the weekly candles touched 148. So we are currently long pound yen, but let's have a look at how you can look at trading it now. and what potential opportunities might arise. So I think in simple terms, if you're looking at the hourly, you can see it bottomed out. You gave double bottom, and depending on your trading technique, you could have traded the break of the high of there with stops underneath structure. But now what we're looking at is this zone here. So we've got this market, and here you can see the 148, and it was a clear level that I showed you off the weekly chart, but look how the hourly has interacted beautifully with it. We've seen a test of support, test of resistance. So really the safest way for you to trade this market, in all honesty, would be wait for a break and close above 148. But I know there's some aggressive traders out there. You know, you could look at a break of this CTL and trade it long into 148, which is going to be about 130 points with a stop underneath here, which should be about a 50-point stop. So just under a 3-to-1, you could trade it up into structure. So that's pound yen. We're going to go to some more yen pairs because you can see I'm highlighting how many are at major structure points. We can go to the weekly chart now on Aussie yen, and you can see here, look at this, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support. So 82.50, 82.60 is such a key level on Aussie yen. We've also, if I pull in indicator, you'll see we've got a bit of bullish divergence on stochastics. So you've got a lower low in price and a higher low here. So I'll get rid of the indicators for now because they're not required. I prefer clean charts personally. So let's just drop down to the 4-hourly chart and see what price is showing us. Well, you can see what we've highlighted and what we're looking at doing. Essentially, you've got a head and shoulders pattern formation. The market came down. If you look at the hourly, you've got a double bottom here, came down, tested the neckline and moved beautifully back up into resistance where it failed to break through. So now what we're waiting for is that change in cyclical pattern to move to the upside and pull back down. You can see we've got our trade already planned out, and it's a potential gain of about 650 points. So that would be a fantastic return to add on to what we're talking about on pound yen. CAD yen, let's just jump out to the weekly chart so you can see the levels we're talking about. Again, I've got a zone here that I'm looking at in between here and here, but you can see that price is now testing what is a major structure point. I'd like to see it come down a little bit lower, if I'm brutally honest, somewhere into that 81 barrier. Between 81 and 80.50, that's the zone I'd personally be looking for. So I'd want to see a bit more of a sell-off in CAD yen. But if it doesn't come down there, how can we apply ourselves? And again, it'll be the same techniques, looking for a change in cyclical pattern, looking for a break in structure, market to move up and pull back down into structure. Very, very simple. Okay, euro yen. Let's take a look. We'll go up to the higher time frame yet again. So what do we see? We saw euro yen bounce beautifully off a major structure point here. But this is the one that is actually, of all of them, the ones that I would rather not take. Why? Because we don't have major structure. Major structure for euro yen is down here. Euro typically is seasonally bullish, so we might see a break of this pendant, and if we do, then I'll be looking for longs above 136. I just think there's better trading opportunities. But if we break down to the lower time frame, what we can see is, here we go, same rules apply. Look for a break, pull back, trade it long up into structure. But the other one that was more important to me was Kiwi yen. So you can see, looking at buying the potential right shoulder down here. But let's go out up to the weekly time frame so you can see the structure point. Beautiful resistance becomes support, becomes support, becomes support. How much have we got here? There's about 750 points up to the next zone. So let's think about trading. What's the easiest way to do this? Well, again, simple. The aggressive traders in here could look at trading the right shoulder. So you could have a buy limit anywhere in this region here. Now that it's formed a neckline, so buy limit anywhere around 76.70, stops underneath 75.80. Taking first profits off around 77.60, and then look for a break and retest. You want to see it break the descending trend line and then retest parts of structure. You'd want to see it drop a little bit lower, so somewhere into that region. Okay guys, that was a very quick overview of how we analyze the market and how we break it down. You know, if you like the analysis that I've just jumped onto there, send out to you, I'm not kidding, there's probably about 2,000 pips of reward available, maybe more than what I've just shown you there. So if you break that down, that'll be a huge return on your account. So if you like the analysis and the way we broke it down, first thing I'd say is please hit like, share it with any fellow traders. And secondly, if you want to join our club where you get this information 6 times a week, so we do 6 live webinars a week, and it's not just a webinar, it's live trading, live analysis, real traders. You can see everyone interacting. It's as it comes, no hidden agendas. It is a monthly subscription. Just head over to our website, www.tradeandtrain.com. If you've got any questions, please fire those into me, and you can do that at mark@tradeandtrain.com. So any questions, fire them into me. If you're not certain on how to join the club, very, very simple. I'll put it in the text in the comments below, but you can hit us up on tradeandtrain.com. Okay. We look forward to seeing you. Like I said, guys, if you've enjoyed the information, best way to let us know is hit like, subscribe, share it with fellow traders, and comment below. Okay. Have a great day. Bye-bye.